Okay. Alright, that should be good timing actually, I think. So welcome back to the stream. Lots of things I want to do today, really. Obviously there's certain things. One of the things, the most important thing, is yesterday I did quite a short stream. And the reason I did that is because I couldn't work out how the task screen block worked. And I thought there was no point just like messing around for like hours and then trying to get it to work. Anyway, the long and the short of it is I do know how it works now. And it was just because I forgot to I didn't shift right click it, because I think like there was something about it that I just thought, well, it doesn't have an event. It's just like a plain block. I didn't realize it would actually have like its whole a GUI inside, but it does. So that was something. And then there's also, I want to focus on various alchemy. So we've got alchemy catalyst, we've got the alchemy table from Blood Magic, also Thorncraft alchemy. So that's a good like early game thing. Obviously got my project with the so I've obviously got the project with I want to do, let's start with something that I found yesterday, and that was the fact that I didn't even realize that we had this mod in here, industrial renewal. I looked it up a bit and there are actually windows in here. So that's an interesting fact, and I do need windows in and I wasn't sure what windows to go for, so could just try so you can get the rods like that. That's an interesting rod recipe actually, because normally you would have to press that, wouldn't you? Alright, so let's see what these windows look like, right? It's not a bad idea, I think. And then we do some alchemy, and then I'll also continue working with the working with this. I'm going to obviously need some task screens. I will show that as well in a minute. So we'll take some of those, and I'll show you how that works in a moment. I may make a. You can also, with the task screen, you can actually make it like, how big can you actually make it? You can make pretty big task screens. We'll see. I might try it. I might try do at least a 3x3, right? But for now, I wanted to get so the windows from renewal are what? Just glass panes. Okay. And I assume I've probably got those. Yep. So let's just see how these windows look. Because supposedly these are quite cool, these windows. Alright. And it's obviously too dark in here at the moment. So let's have a look. Not bad actually. They're not bad, those windows. So yeah, I mean lighting. There is actually, I believe there's also another block that I may want to be interested in, which is light. That's interesting. There's actually a mod called Immersive Vehicles. It's crazy that you can actually get traffic lights like that. Huh. But anyway, that wasn't, yeah. This might be an interesting one to try as well. We've got the external light is that, because these are pretty well designed blocks. The textures are good, so it's going to be worth checking out, right? Let's have a look at these lights as well, because this sort of room, if I could do like a bar, I could do like a bar light or something, you know, like because there's too much darkness in this room. We'll see what we do. I noticed also there's this new mod called Phosphor out, which is really cool. It's like, I was looking, it has a graph on their mod page, and what it does, it tells you that the Twilight Forest, which always loads really poorly, is actually could be. It says it loads much quicker, and a lot of the comments seem to sort of verify that as well. So that's cool. Didn't I need some glowstone or something for this? Let's have a look. Which one should we go for? Well, I could just go for both, right? Just to see what they look like. Don't screenshot that one. So now, okay. Right. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, that just completely. Got to be more careful when I type that in. Like fluorescent light. Okay. And then we'll take the external light as well. Oh, isn't it fluorine is spelled? Yeah. Because that is like if you look at if you think of the word like flout, this is a completely irregular spelling of but anyway. Let's just we'll take one of each just to see. I don't know what external light. It sort of says, oh well, you're not going to be using that. This is the one that is kind of. I'd probably want it to be on the ceiling, like here somewhere, right? Would that connect to the ceiling? Yeah, that's pretty good. This guy, I imagine, is like a side thing. It's also pretty good. This guy though is really good. It's got a perfect look to it, and we're going to use that. I mean, to be honest, they're both pretty good. So let's get a few of those. We'll just take. How many am I going to need? Maybe 12. And then we'll take some externals. Again, say 12, right? And we'll just see how this is going to go. Okay. Now, do I want to place them accurately or not really? Not really, to be honest. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I've got hover mode on, yeah. I think in general I can just sort of. Well, we've probably gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just go back here a bit. So 1, 2, 3. If it like becomes like an issue, I don't think it will do. So 1, 2. I don't know, to be honest, I'm just curious to light the room up more. Just to see how it looks. If I have to... What's going on here? Oh, I've got the cable right here. I don't know why it's not connected, but anyway. About here, maybe? It's not too bad. And we could put some of the other ones up here. Let's just put them... It's a bit brighter in here now. Oh, it's a lot brighter actually. I don't know. Maybe there's too much there. We'll see. We'll see. I'll have to think about lighting. The thing is, right, you can't think... I think for now that will be okay. No, I don't like it actually. I really don't like it. These things don't fit in. They are external lights. Alright, let's finish that later anyway, because it's a bit of a... I'm not sure like if better jetpacks will give me like better... I mean, what is the point of a better jetpack? Probably it lasts a bit longer, right? Oh, jetpack fuel is depleted at this point. Okay. I didn't make the... I need to make the thingamajig, right? So, anyway... shall I make the task screen a bigger one? Let's just do a 3x3, because I know how to do it now, yeah? So there's a 3x3. Let's just do 3x3 task screens. Oh, what? Can you not? I just put in... Didn't I just put in the 3x3? I'm not sure I did. We'll see. Okay, it doesn't want to let you do it. To be honest, not a big deal. So all I would need to do is I need basically to have 9 of these guys. There's 7. And 9 is there. So let's just look at how these work quickly. Because I figured them out. Like I've mentioned. So what I'll do, I think, is... Oh! Okay, it just places one like that. I didn't figure that out. But you see, when you shift right click on it, what it will do is it will give you the ability to choose your task. And that was something which I completely didn't realise it had this interface. It's like literally the most complex interface in the... So what we need, right, is we need the sludge, right? I've already done this one. And then we can specify an icon. So say we want sludge, right? There's quite a lot of icons. I wonder what it's drawing from here. Chisels and bits, I guess. But yeah, we'll just take like a normal. So sludge, I mean, could use pretty much anything, right? But I mean, I could search sludge, right? Let's see what happens if I do that. So say I put in the sludge bucket, accept. And then we search and we put in the... You obviously don't need to do it like this. Input only, false. We can make it true though. Input mode icon. The skin. This is what I'm not sure about this bit. This bit I can't actually... Oh, I can edit actually. Let's try that. Just to see what it looks like, because I won't be able to, if something's air, you often can't see what it's even looking like. Oh, I see. It's actually putting the gravel texture on the back of that, so you don't want to do that. So the skin, if we make it air, I wasn't doing that before, to be honest. I don't think it likes that. Let me just change this. So you can see it's set to liquid sludge. That isn't really the yeah, so you know what it would be better to do? One of those extra cells things. Can I search like this? Maybe. If I could do that, and then if I do this, I think if I do the sludge one, say I try with this thing. It really doesn't like that. Is that to do with the color of it or something? That's so funny. Look at that texture as well that it glitches like. But anyway, let's keep it on false maybe. Doesn't really matter what I use. I'm using a nether star, whatever. Okay, that's what it's supposed to look like. So it says it's got 2 buckets. Okay. I mean, why that's turned to that now is an interesting one, right? It's because I changed input only to false, which is default. Well, alright, so we'll work on that in a minute. I just wanted to show how that works. Put away some of these things. Now. Okay. I'm just thinking what to do next. I think, to be honest, I would like to get... So if I'm going to get sludge, right, what I would like to do is look through the whole range of the agriculture stuff. So I want to... look, I need to keep the crops hydrated, right? The answer to that is obviously yes. So let's get a water bucket. Make sure the crops are hydrated, and then we're going to get a range of items, because we may as well get this thing going right properly. So we've got currently I've got a tank here. I've got the sludge refiner. So the whole point of this is that I wanted to get. I think for now, right, we're going to not use, even though I've just set it up, we're not going to use that because this just requires loads for no, and there's no value to getting it, right? But the whole point of doing this was I wanted mushrooms, so I can make the get terrace still, basically. Okay, so we need to place down a bucket of water somewhere. I think that would be a good idea. If we look at the area that this is working in, I think we want to try to maximize this area, right? That would be a good idea, you would think. Maybe not too much. I could try putting in a smaller range, because I don't want to use up that much space, right? I'm curious to see what a range 1 add-on would look like. So let's try the range 1. So this is going to be lapis, plastic, okay. And then I've surely got that. Let's see if I can just craft this quickly. So if we swap this out with a range 1, let's have a look. You can't put them both in, can you? No. Take you out and a range 1 now. A range 1 is actually more like what I was actually... That's perfect for really what I want here. Because I want to maximize the space. I mean, the question is will I be able to do this, like get a really sort of clean lines? I don't know, right? It's a lot will depend on some more dirt quickly. A lot's going to depend on, you know. You know, if it just because obviously you can't specify the area, you can't set the corners of the area. Oh wow, poisonous potatoes, good. Pretty sure I don't have one of those. I'm not sure there's any use to it. There is kind of to make thaumium stuff. Methane. How you get a saturation potion flask? Interesting. Wait. That is going to be very useful, actually. There are ways to increase the saturation, but this could be useful. So we'll learn the poisonous potato. That'll be the next task that I'll probably get to in today's episode as well. Because to make the blood magic alchemy table is what? Does it need the... No, any blood orb. I can actually make it already. So I should definitely get going with that soon. We need a hoe as well. And then at some point, in a moment, we're just going to look at what machines we want to really, you know, improve this. So if the range of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, I can't. There's no way, I don't believe, where I could place water that would be able to access everything. Because obviously, water can only access blocks that are 4 away, right? Yes. So if I place the water here, 1, 2, 3, that row would be. So it wouldn't matter how I place the water; it has to go into one of these spots. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So for now, we're just going to put the water in there. So we are wasting one spot, but I don't think there's some huge amount of ways to get around that. So there's no point planting this stuff yet, right? If we're going to be super, in fact, it would be better to put it here, right? That'd be the place to put it. Yeah, I think she's a better spot. So let's get rid of this one and change it up. Because that's what we can't place anything anyway. Okay. Alright, so let's just see if we can... So we're just going to need to just place one here and one there. We only need one actually. Okay. So then this can go here. And that's, you know, that's perfect. Okay, so really good, that. But you see, it just looks a little bit better. If you just work on the placement, you can get things looking exactly how you want. It may not even be worthwhile doing that, but whatever. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's worthwhile doing that. If it's just too much when you do stuff like that. But hey, this room's looking good. I like it. Generators. I was thinking the biofuel. This is probably what we'll go into, the biofuel generator. I was thinking like, what generators do I want to use? Protein is 320 R. See, there's a lot of good generators with this. Obviously, the way that some people do it is they'll use they'll use nether stars and something like this. I'm not really thinking of that. The lava fabricator, I would like to take care of that with the blood magic ritual. I think it's a better source. There's also some interesting stuff like with the liquid meat. The liquid meat also provides saturation. So you could say that in terms of saturation providers, the tier 1 would be the blood, you know. So in terms of saturation providers, a tier 1 solution would be this guy, right? The potion flask with saturation. And then the tier 2 would be liquid meat. And then tier 3 would be the nanobot beacon, probably, right? That's how I would see it. Okay, so I also want to set this stuff up, but I'll do that momentarily. So how are we going to work with this then? Plant seeds and saplings to be gathered in the. So we need to have a plant sower for sure. Plant fertilizer to make the grows. Yep. We've got the sludge refiner. Now what is it? Okay, so the hydrator. And what's the difference between the hydrator and the plant fertilizer? It will bone meal crops and saplings with bone meal. And this is just something that doesn't require anything. Interactor. So is there anything else that does this? So this will harvest the crop. What I'm thinking, right, is that one of these is not necessary. This suggests to me it's more of a like mechanical user type thing. Because if you think about it, I'm already getting the crops. So that in a sense, Alright, so I think we're going to leave the plant interactor alone. So we need so we've got the gatherer, we've got the sludge refiner. So we're going to want the sower, we're going to want the fertilizer, and we're going to want the hydrator as well, right? So let's get going with that. Okay, so we want the sower, fertilizer, and hydrator. Okay. So sower is going to require what? So sower, it looks like we're going to need 3 machine frames. So these should be pretty straightforward to make, these things. Hopefully we just got enough. We might just have enough automatically. Flower pot. No, that's not a bad thing to need. Do we have any bricks? We do. Put these away for now. I mean, I guess I could save that as well. Okay, so we've got the Sower. And we're going to need the Fertilizer and the Hydrator. Okay. Fertilizer, that is going to require... let's just try... I guess the best thing to do is always just try it in this thing first. And then if there's a problem, there's a problem. No, we got it. Fertilizer. And Hydrator. Fertilizer comes from the sewage composter. Okay. Okay, so the problem with the sewage composter is that this is going to require animals. Now there is actually a way. Is this thing in here? It is, but what is the recipe? It does require pixie dust. So you see, one of the things I've noticed, this is easy. This is probably the best way to get animals. What you might have noticed is I've got a lot of grass here, no animals are spawning. Now there is potentially, there's one thing that I did wonder about with regards to that. And I don't know if it's actually listed here, but if you look at the world transmutation, this is not telling me there's actually things that I don't know. If you know about, obviously I've been playing this game for a long time, and I know what this thing actually does, right? But I wonder. Here's the question. I wonder if we take this, we take just a normal egg, right? Am I going to be able to cycle through the animals? Because normally you can't do that. If not, we'll have to go the Cocoon of Caprice, which is fine because we're already working towards that anyway. So let's just take okay, it's not doing anything. I don't think, for some reason, that functionality is not in the new versions of the Philosopher's Stone. So we're not going to worry about that. But it's important to realise that if I wanted to get the Hydrator, I would need to get... Is that the only way to get this stuff? Yeah, that's exactly what I thought, you see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I need to, before I can get animals, I have to get the, like I say, I have to get this, right? And it's not a problem, it's just the pixie dust that's going to be that. So I have to get this. Alright. To be honest, it's kind of fine. It's actually an interesting pathway here. Okay, it's not a problem. So we'll work on this. Okay, so we've got these two anyway, so we'll deal with these. We've got the plant sower, the fertilizer. Let's see, like, what you know what I need is a couple more range 1 upgrades. Did I save these? I'm not sure these are... They are EMC. Oh yeah, you know what it was? If I just put range in here. Oh no, I must have not put them in. Alright, let's get the range 1 add-on then. Take a few of these. So I just need the 2 more, right? Oh yeah, they're not stackable. Let's put away some stuff. I'm not going to need the magnet at this exact moment. And this random torch. I don't really need. Nor do I need 2 hose. Or an excess of those things. Okay. So obviously at the moment we've just got the plant gatherer. Now, is this feeding into here? It's not. This is not even powered. Let's have a look, see what this thing is saying with the range add-on in it. Where are my range add-ons? Okay, they're right there. Duh. Okay. Really? That's the working area for that? So the working area for the plant sower is way higher. It's 3 blocks above, right? And it seems to be actually... Is that centered on it? Let me just remove this box, because this box... Sorry, 1 second. This is in exactly the right area now. Let's just confirm, yes. Hide. So you... Okay. So you are way too far. You are actually being... I think it's... Alright, we're going to have to work out the placement of this thing. Basically, as long as I'm in a okay. Working area. Okay, so we need to move it. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks over. 4 blocks over and 3 blocks down. So are we other than that we're fine, right? Yeah. Or I wonder if we put in a range of 0 to this. Let's try range 0. Is one of these range 0 by any chance? No. Because what is the point of a range 0? It must be something that I want, right? So with a range 0, what are we looking at here? Not big enough. Yeah, that's the problem. You have to sort of mix match them. But basically, we need to go 3 blocks down. So I think the point with this is that we don't need to be that accurate. So place that down. We need to go 1, 2, 3. We need to go out here, right? But we need to go 3 blocks down. So let's just 1, 2, 3. It's going to be a little bit awkward to get around. I can't see the working area though. Why is it not showing me the working area? Really? Is this the working area? Oh, do you know what it is? I haven't put the thing in yet, that's why. What happened there? That looks more like it. There is a further problem here though. I wonder if I can move it up one. Let me fill up my jetpack before I just go tumbling into the ground. Okay. I could do with move. I could actually move it up one, I think. Right. Let's just move it up one quickly. Like here. We're going to have to power it, obviously, which is going to be a bit more... We're probably going to have to change this water source from where it was before. It would actually just be easier if at this stage... Hey there, Tim. Tim, how you doing? We'll just go out here so we can see what the area of it is properly. Okay, so show area. That's not bad. Right, that looks pretty good, I would say. Is that gonna? That should cover. Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Give it some power. We're going to actually change the... We'll change it in a minute, but let's put the cable down. And see if this is going to be good. That's limestone, which you don't need to be there. So we'll go down here. And we'll just connect it. Okay, so we have a load of potatoes. Does it actually need to have... I'm not sure about... Let me just check if it needs to have a hoe in there. Plant sower. We should be okay with this. Let's have a look. Let's just turn that off for a minute. I can't go... I completely forgot. I blocked off my own window. But anyway. Let's get some more potatoes. I'm generally not sure exactly what it's going to do yet. Always active. Doesn't seem to be working, does it? I think it's too high then. It must be too high. Let's just check it's too high or not. If I put one here. Huh, weird. This is a power. What's up with that? I would expect. I think it should work, to be honest. I don't know why it's not. I think what I might do is just move it up one. So let's just try and do that, right? Hover mode on. Why is it not letting me? It's difficult to place stuff. Okay, well. Can I place it here? Let's see. That's too high though. Man, it's difficult to work this bloody thing out. Oh man. So it's just one down from here. Was that how? Wasn't that why I had it before? Didn't I have it right there? Maybe not. Did I just drop my cables or something? No. They're right here. Alright, we're not going to worry too much about it. Oh, I will sort that out in a second. I just want to see if this is actually going to work or not. Okay, surely that's correct now. There we go, come on. Okay, so we're good there. We're going to need to put. We are going to need to put in a water block. So let's just. Oh, okay, perfect. We'll just put it there then. Alright, let's we've got a few things to do here. Need to just tidy up this cable. It's easy when you're pressed against like the ceiling like that. And we need to. There we go. So that should be good on that front. That's actually a pretty clean solution so far. The only other thing I want to do is... Obviously I'm going to have to route items down into this thing as well. Oh, man. It would be easy if I didn't have to use the jetpack the whole time. I don't know. Part of me is thinking that I should put like the ceiling in the what I did earlier. I probably will do that, to be honest. But let's just get this going for now. The only thing I need to do really at this point is just turn the thing off. If I put hover mode in, we should be able to. There we go. Okay. Okay. So why isn't it planting the... It's not out of potatoes, is it? Yeah, well that's definitely correct. But why is it not planting? Makes no sense, right? I'm sure it was planting. It's planting some. Weird. Interesting. That is interesting, isn't it? Well, and what's the other block we've got? The plant fertilizer. So what are you saying with your working area? Looks like directly in front. This one might be a bit easier. There may be a problem that the cable shouldn't be like that, but we'll see. Let's just put in the upgrade. Do I know the range one? I do. You are going to be a lot easier. A lot easier. Okay. I think there is a problem with the cable going through it here like this. Honestly though, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Even if I only have like 2 rows going through it, that'll be fine. And if this is not working, I may as well just put the cable here. Right? So you've got power, we just need a bit of bone meal. No, you're not happy with working. Why not working? Interesting. I really think there's a problem with this being like this. Let me just try something. Oh, you know what it is? This is in the... Did I just rotate this by mistake? No, you've got that working area. They should all have the same working area now. Wait a minute, which one's this? Okay, that one's... Okay, this one is just wrong. There we go. Show working area. You know what, I think it wasn't that. Can I just do this? That should connect it up down there as well. Why are you not placing? Yeah. There we go. That's a bit better. It's still not placing in this section for some reason. But it's doing well enough. Sludge is coming in. Okay. This has got no power. And if we've got nothing here, we may as well power it over here as well. So you are you able to get in? Perfect. Red sand. And how would you get that otherwise? With difficulty. Oh no, well maybe not. Because we've actually already set that up. Okay. So, not perfect. There is some sort of problem with the cables being in the way. But I've got it's pretty good. It's a pretty, it's like running at 50%. And in this sort of situation, it doesn't really matter. So plant fertilizer. Okay, so the only other thing that we have to do is we now have to route we're going to need we don't want the poisonous ones. We need these potatoes to go back. So we'll just take some item conduits here. And let's if we do this, just because I don't like to see this stuff. Is there no way I can place it while we're in a different mode? Like I want it to be this mode, right? Okay, let's see if we can do something with this. So I've disabled these ones. Okay. So you're going to be an insert. So I'm hoping this is not too much of a power drain, this thing. Okay, I think we're actually getting it working perfectly at this point. I didn't mean to do that. Will that one work as well? Yeah, it will. I think that's a pretty tidy system actually. It's actually worked better in the end than I was anticipating. But we need a mushroom. That's the point of this. We need to get a mushroom from this. I'm just wondering, like... So I can just get a mushroom from it. We've got a decent amount in there. We'll check up on it later, because it's working fine at the moment. So... the other thing that we were talking about was alchemy, wasn't it? So we wanted to get one of these. Let's get a nice... what crafting table options are there? Yeah, I never did that, actually. Not that many, to be honest. I'm kind of happy with the crafting table I've got. So let's get. We need a blaze rod, and we need an orb of some kind. Can I upgrade this to the next tier, or no? Doesn't matter. We don't need to. Not for now. We're going. This is going to have to be a new. This is actually going to be a very important project as well. We'll figure out how we're going to do that in a moment. So let's get a blaze rod. A couple of pieces of gold. Might actually have enough just to grab this thing straight off the bat here. Let's put this guy in here. Oh, stone. Well, if that's all you need, then that is no problem. Okay. I don't know if I made this already. I don't think I did, but I could have done. Okay, so it's going to place it. So if I place it like here, would that be good? I probably want it like there. Yes, that's exactly where I want it. Wow. Okay, so we want to get a potion flask. It has to be an apprentice, does it? Let me just check. Archmage, Master, Magician, Apprentice. Alright, let's see if I can. How are we going to upgrade my orb here? Oh, that's not how you get it. That's right, you don't have to do it like that. It's only. Oh, that's easy actually. It's only 5,000 in the tier 2. So we'll just get a redstone block. Do we have any self? I don't know. Hopefully we're going to have enough here. For now, I'm just going to. What's the best way to get around this bit? We'll just take the insert away from this for now, and we're going to go. I don't think I've got enough for this. I literally, it's... Yeah, I don't. I'm going to need to get some self-sacrifice. Okay. That's a bit unfortunate. Man, there must be a way to be honest, I wouldn't... The whole point is that if I can just get this thing to work, and it should be working. The whole point is I want to get this flask of saturation. Yes. Come on. Okay. Okay, so now we can actually get rid of this thing. That's all I wanted, right? So now the fluid conduit, where are you? So I should now be able to just put this straight into here. That's going to be extra. Let me just clear up my inventory a bit here. Okay, so with the mycelium, we have to. Well, we're going to see if it works first of all to get the mushroom. It should do, right? I feel like it does. Let's just make sure we're extracting this stuff. Yep. It's interesting. So this actually gets a backlog. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. Let's do the X on it. Where's the one we want to have it on? Is it just a tick? Tick is everything, right? Okay, so we've got enough here, but okay, let's just see. I will have to do more with this in a minute. I'm worried also it's draining all my power. Let's I wish there was a way I could access the thingamajig more easily. Because this is out, isn't it? So this is still draining power. Looks like it's 40 RF. Okay, let's turn it on. Back to a redstone signal. Back to a redstone signal. So there's no point like draining my power like stupidly. Hover, please. You good then? Yeah. Okay. This is something which it may not even work though. That's the only problem. It's a way to just make mushrooms out of it. So there is a way to get, even if this doesn't work, I could potentially do this with the industrial centrifuge. Not that I want to do that, but it is a potential that I think I am going to have to do that, you know. But doesn't bone meal on this? Or maybe I'm completely remembering this wrong. Maybe I am completely remembering this wrong. It's not a good sign. Sand, soul sand, end stone. I think I'm going to have to go through Tech Reborn to do this. Because there's no other way I'm going to get these things. I mean, how difficult would this be to make? Not difficult, actually. Not that difficult. Just thinking. I know I can go to. The thing is, right, I know I can just go to the Nether and get it, but it's just too interesting a problem to do that in a way. I wonder if there's a way to get. You can't make those blocks. Now, should I go for this, maybe? The Botanic Miner. Oh, you can just buy them in the shop. Okay, this is a complete waste of time then. Really? Did I really not think of doing that? Dude. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do... I guess I do, right? So we can get all these guys. That was the thing. I couldn't do that anyway without... I don't know, you know. I think for this one, maybe I don't want to do it. Because I do want to set up the various, like... it makes sense to set up various infrastructure, right? There's no point in not setting up the infrastructure. So, and that gives me a reason to do something. And you have to be, at this stage, you have to be realistic that you do what you are trying to do. You are just basically just trying to play with these machines. Okay. So what do we have here? We have a charger. So this should be getting... That's got power. So can I plug these things in, right? You happy with that or no? Not that happy with it, to be honest. The thing about this mod is that I know I'm not going to play with it the way that most people would. So I'm worried if that's going to affect things. As long as I can access it. Yeah. Just didn't like being placed down originally. Let's see. So I should be able to basically... this is not actually even connected. That's probably the problem. How's it got power then? This is a weird thing. I think it is connected. There's just a graphical bug here. Should be connected. Just curious if it actually is. You know what I kind of need is a transmutation table down here. Oh, there's loads of them. It's pretty cheap, that thing. But yeah, I might come back tomorrow. I really would love to. I would love to have been able to do this though. Being able to get the 5,000. It really shouldn't have been that hard to get 5,000. But yeah, I'll just come back tomorrow, I think.